remember he had that question as to whether or not his application was complete. Okay.
Oh,
And
the
so-
rear setback.
I think we're getting a glare.
Sorry.
I was getting a glare.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we had that discussion about whether or not his application was complete. And I looked at it with, I looked at the code, and it turns out that he does need to request that particular variance because the code that the provision that he cited doesn't apply because he's asking for another side yard variance along with it. So if you look at my email, I'm trying to find the printout of my email and I'll be able to tell you exactly what it says.
May I interrupt you for a moment? Because
Please.
as I remember it, and I don't know if it's in the minutes, didn't we make the decision to grant him the variance and you guys would figure out whether he had to apply for it or not?
No.
Yeah, so that we didn't grant the variance, I don't think, because it was just the question as to whether or not the application was complete. And I think that we did find that you guys did find that it was complete.
Right.
But the question was only, should he have to keep in that one particular request the one particular variance? And hold on just a minute, I'm going to tell you exactly. There was a question as to whether or not he actually had to request a 13.5 foot rear yard setback from the alley. And he asked if he needed to do that. And first, the provision that he cited, it seemed that he didn't actually need to request that particular variance, but it turns out that he does because of another provision in the same section. So.
Okay.
I think the application, so the short answer to the question is the application needs to just stay the way that it is.
Right.
Okay.
We're not going to take anything out of it. I would advise you not to do that anyway.
Right.
So,
Okay.
okay. And if you want, Lisa, I sent you an email basically for the record, giving you my response to the question and why. And if you
how to do.
Hillary. Hi, Hillary.
This is funny.
okay. So we're all, if you want, I mean, Lisa, I sent you that whole email about it for the record.
Okay. I'm going to tell you honestly, this is a new computer and I was having trouble with putting my city email over to this today. And the tech that I had here helping me had to leave. So I just had everything sent to my Hotmail account, the Zoom meeting, so I could click on it at least with my new computer. So I'm not gonna be able to look at the email till tomorrow.
If you want me to read it into the record, I can do
Yes.
that if it comes up.
Okay.
I have it in front of me.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So who else is on the meeting so far?
Well,
I've
you
seen-
got me.
I'm here.
I think we have 1, 2, 3.
We're missing Abby.
You're missing Abby?
Mm-hmm.
All right, because
And the other applicants. Besides
Is-
Hillary.
We need 5 since I have to recuse for mine.
all right, well, we have
Oh,
1,
Mary Ellen. We have
3,
Mary Ellen.
4. We only have 4.
Oh, there's Abby. Abby's here.
Hi, Abby.
Abby's here? Great.
So we're waiting on, I got Kathy with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, I see her. Hi.
okay. Hi, Kathy.
So we're waiting on Mary Ellen.
Okay. All right, now we have a party starting.
Did we be dancing? Or-
My ringtone.
I can walk around now, so I can actually dance.
How you feel?
So get
I
up to
feel
date,
well,
for God's
and
sake.
I went back to Cleveland, and my heart's doing much better. I'm really lucky.
Oh, good, great.
Very good.
So I'll probably be around for a while.
All
Well, that's
right.
good to hear.
Try to stay the hell out of Cleveland for a while too, you know?
I actually like Cleveland.
Well,
I mean, I didn't like.
well, you should, since they made it possible for you to be around for a while.
Yeah. That's true, Iron.
Cleveland looks much better in its reputation.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess I knew it in the days of its reputation, because it was quite a shit.
And the Cuyahoga River was not on fire when I was.
Me, Steve.
Yeah. That's Cuyahoga River.
Mariana. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, there's a
Do
telephone.
we have a quorum?
That's Mr. Haig. Showed up. And the press showed up.
Yeah. okay. So we have a quorum, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We
All
do
right.
have a quorum.
Why don't we make a motion to open the public hearing?
I make a motion that we open the public hearing.
I'll second that.
Myron seconded it.
Yep.
All those in
Is
favor?
it the public
Aye.
hearing for all applications? Because I shouldn't vote on mine.
Well,
We're gonna start with,
but there are 3 or so before yours that we
Right.
could
Okay.
expedite.
So the motion is for the 3 before me?
No, it's to open the meeting, the public meeting.
Oh,
Are you part of the public on this one?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'll vote aye and then.
you can, on the other applicants, just not this one. Or just not yours, I mean.
All right.
So why don't we start with, let's see, what does the agenda say? All right, we're gonna start with Hillary, okay?
Okay.
So it's 217, 219 State Street. It's an area variance for the property owner above, reference property to construct a new single-family residence on the same parcel lot as an existing residential dwelling. The applicant is requesting a side yard setback area variance for the east side yard. The property is an R4 zoning district and is permitted use as 325-11 of the City Hudson Code. Hillary is on with us, so if any of the board members have any questions for her, she did answer last time and discuss it. So do I have anyone from the public? Anyone?
I guess nobody, right? There's no public representation, so I guess we can move.
Good. Does the board have any questions for the applicant?
Do I have any? No.
Does anybody on the board have any questions for the applicant?
I just repeat my opinion of last time. I thought this was one of the finest applications I've seen.
Okay. So let's make a motion to close the public hearing on 217, 219 State Street.
I'll make that motion to close the public hearing on 217, 219.
I need a second.
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
Kathy seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So we're going to move on to 830 Union Street. This is still a public hearing. We don't vote until we go to our regular meeting. So the public hearing is still open, but now we're going to be discussing 830 Union Street.
Right.
Attached is an area variance application from the property owner of the above referenced property to convert an existing accessory garage into a one-family residential structure. on the same parcel as an existing residential dwelling. The applicant is seeking a lot coverage, side yard setback, and a rear yard setback variance. The property is located in an R5 zoning district and is a permitted use. The R5 zoning district is required to follow a regulated the schedule bulk for R2 district. Any questions you may, please contact our office. Is the applicant on? Okay. So does the board have, is anybody from the public have anything to say for 830 Union Street? Okay. So does the board have any questions to discuss or anything?
Not high.
Not I.
But I-
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make a motion to close the public hearing on 830 Union Street.
I move we close the public hearing on 830 Union Street.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Is Mary Ellen on?
Sounded like her.
It did. Are you on?
Is she the 828 number? See the 828-3133?
See, I can't see that. Let me see what her number is.
For what?
Yeah, Mary Ellen, you hear us?
The 3133 is the code officer.
Okay. Sorry, Craig.
Good. Well, it didn't sound like Mary Ellen, didn't it?
It did.
Maybe it was Abby. Abby, was that you?
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
we got
So-
another one on.
I'm sorry, what?
We got a fifth.
I'm sorry, what?
I
There's a
see we
fifth,
have a fifth member of the board is on.
Remember the name.
I don't see her.
There's me, there's you two, there's Steve, and there is, it's just a little picture, Kaar.
That's me. That's Abby.
Abby, okay.
Yeah.
Now I see it, okay.
We're still missing Mary Ellen.
But we do have a quorum.
We have a quorum to do these three. We're moving on to 910 Columbia Street. Attached is an area variance application for the property owner of the above referenced property. The applicant is seeking an area variance for a fence height to create privacy and security of their yard and their pool. The property is located in an R2H zoning district. The City of Hudson Code Section 325-22E2 states that a fence in a residential district can be 8 feet with the first 6 feet of a solid material and top 2 feet of lattice type material. Any questions, please contact my office, Craig Haig. Is the applicant on?
I don't see an applicant.
Anybody from the public have any questions for 910 Columbia Street? We deemed this application complete last time. Does the board have anything further on this applicant?
Robert Frost wrote, "Good fences make good neighbors."
I'm sorry, what?
Robert Frost, the poet, wrote, "Good fences make good neighbors."
Okay, so I need a motion to close the public hearing on 910 Columbia Street.
I'll make a motion to close the hearing on 910 Columbia Street.
I need a second.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So without Steve, because he has to recuse himself, I don't believe we have a quorum to do these two right now, right?
We do, no.
We do?
there's you and Kathy
We only
and Myron and Carr, whatever.
Yeah, Abby. Yeah, I don't know why my name says that. Can I change
Yeah.
it?
Yes, you can, and for old senile
What is this?
people, it'd be helpful.
Oh, I don't know how.
But we know who you, I know who you are now. I mean, I know your name.
Okay, so let's open the public hearing for 213 Robinson Street.
I make a motion that we open the public
I
hearing.
make a motion that we open the hearing, the public hearing for 213 Robinson Street.
I'll second it.
All right.
Okay. So this is the one, right, Zoe?
Yeah.
Okay. Would
Yeah.
you like to share your email?
Yes, I would. Thank you. So hi for everybody who, Ms. Hillman, and I think you're probably the only person who doesn't know who I am and why I'm here. I'm the Assistant Corporation Counsel for the City of Hudson that in charge of assisting the zoning board of appeals with legal questions. And I understand that there was a question last time as to whether or not a particular provision in this application was necessary, or if it could be stricken from the application. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read the advice email that I sent to Lisa into the record because she didn't receive it yet due to technical difficulties. Linda, if you want to just refer to the email for the minutes, I can go ahead and when Lisa is able to check her email, she can provide it to you so that you can just refer to it. You don't have to go, putting all this down
Thank
into
you.
the minutes. So it says that dear Lisa, and this is to the entire board, it was supposed to be shared. I'm writing to provide you and the ZBA with advice regarding Steve Dunn's application with respect to his property at 213 Robinson Street. I would note that, as you know, Mr. Dunn is a ZBA member and should be recused from any discussions or decision-making regarding this application, as it would create a conflict of interest, which we know. To recap, Mr. Dunn submitted a variance application for 213 Robinson Street, seeking a variance permitting a 13.5-foot rear yard setback from the alley, among other variances. He then emailed the ZBA stating that he believes this portion of the application seeking the 13.5-foot rear yard setback is unnecessary based upon zoning code section 325-22E3, which states, quote, when a rear lot line abuts an alley or city-owned right-of-way less than 25 feet in width, an accessory building may be built to the rear lot line, provided that it does not infringe upon required side yards, end quote. After reviewing the code and speaking with Craig High and Cheryl Roberts, I am advising that this portion of Mr. Dunn's application seeking this 13.5-foot rear setback from the alley is still necessary and must be considered along with the rest of the application. I am giving this advice because Mr. Dunn's application is also seeking a side yard variance specifically to allow the garage to be less than 10 feet from the principal building. If Mr. Dunn had a proposal where he did not need a side yard variance, he could use section 325-22E3, but that is not the case here. Therefore, code section 325-22A2 applies, and a variance permitting the 13.5-foot rear setback is still required. The ZBA should consider Mr. Dunn's entire application regarding 213 Robinson Street without making any changes.
Okay.
Whew.
Nicely done.
So you're actually changing your recommendation from last month.
Yes, because I did before the last time we were at the meeting, I had not reviewed the entire code as it relates to the other provisions in that particular section. And when I did that, I saw how those two particular provisions play against each other, and this application should remain the same. I would say don't strike the provision asking for this particular setback, just, take it as a whole. No changes to be, I would recommend that we ask that the application remain, as is.
As the original.
Correct.
Okay. Does the board have any questions for Zoe or for Steve on this? It's based on the original application.
Mm-hmm.
Which, is fine. I mean, we already deemed it complete.
Right.
No changes means no changes.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's gonna change the outcome for anyone in this situation.
Does anybody have any questions?
No.
I don't.
Does anybody from the public? Okay. All right. So let's make a motion to close the public hearing on 213 Robinson Street.
I make a motion to close the hearing at 213 Robinson Street.
I need a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So let's make a motion to open up 235 Robinson Street.
I
Yeah,
guess,
I'll make a motion to open 235 Washington Street.
and I'll second that motion.
Okay.
I'm ensconced at 235 Robinson Street right now.
Steve, what?
I'm sitting in 235 Robinson Street.
Oh, so the property and the applicant is present. How many times is that going to happen?
Did he get a variance on that he can occupy it?
All right, so again, we deem this application complete. The applicant is here. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant?
No.
Does the applicant have anything to add?
No.
Is anybody from the public here? Okay, so I need a motion to close the public hearing for 235 Robinson Street.
I guess I'll make that motion to close the hearing for 235 Robinson.
Second.
Yeah, I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
All right, so I need a motion to open the regular scheduled ZBA meeting for Wednesday, June 17th.
Make a motion that we open the original meeting
Meeting
for June 17
6 p.m.
at 6 p.m.
I'll second that motion.
Thanks.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so did everyone have a chance to read the meeting or the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions, any changes, anything to add?
No.
Okay, so I need a motion to accept the minutes in.
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes
From the May meeting.
I'll
from the May meeting.
I need a second.
I'll second.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. So let's look at our first Hillary. It's going to be 217, 219 State Street. We deemed the application complete. We talked with the applicant. We held the public hearing. If the board doesn't have anything further, I say we move forward on this application.
May I make a motion to approve the application in its entirety and grant the variance as requested?
Okay, I need a second.
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 Linda, did you get that? I think Kathy seconded it first before Myron.
Good, that's good.
I just want to make sure there's no confusion on our minutes, that's all. You know, efficient. Okay, so. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Hillary, you are granted.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank
Hello.
you.
Are you gonna move? Are you gonna move there per chance? Because if so, we'll be neighbors.
I'm sorry, Steve, my volume
Are
is
you
bad.
going to move there?
No. I'm gonna
Because
make,
we'd be neighbors if we did.
I know.
consider.
It's gonna be 2 small, energy efficient homes to rent to
Whomever.
families, Hudson families.
I think that's great. Thank you for doing that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, I'll be
I'm
walking by
excited.
it with my dog. so.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, everyone. I
Hillary,
have to
I'd
go
like
to the
to-
birthday party, sorry.
Hillary, can you hear me? Hillary, I just
Yeah.
want to take a moment and I want to thank you for being so patient. You were the original applicant when we had to close everything down, and you were very patient through it all. So I thank you.
Well, thank you, and thanks for staying in touch with me through those months. It's nice to see everyone. See you out and about with masks.
Yeah. Don't forget to wear your mask.
Your
I
building
won't.
project.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Night.
Hi, Hillary.
Okay, so now
Kathy.
we're on to 830 Union Street. Again, we deem the application complete. We held the public hearing. If the board doesn't have anything further, I believe we should move forward.
I make a motion, we move forward.
So
And
you're making a
grant
motion
the application.
to grant the
Second.
application in its entirety.
Yes.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? And that is granted.
Cool lady. Isn't that how it went before?
So we're now on to 910 Columbia Street. Does anybody have anything new on this?
Nope.
No.
All right. Again, for the record, we held a public hearing. We deemed the application complete last month. We've held a public hearing. If the board doesn't have anything further, I say we move forward.
I'll make that motion to, well, I can't remember what to say.
Variance,
Grant the motion in its-
application, grant the variance.
the application in its entirety for 910 Columbia.
Yeah, so are you doing it or do you want me to do it?
Well, either way, your preference.
You're giving me the words. That we grant the applicant in its entirety.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
We need a second from somebody.
I'll second.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? I thought Kathy seconded. I don't think you can hear her because she's on the side of me.
Oh, well, then I apologize to Kat.
That's okay. All right, Steve, so you're going to recuse yourself on this one?
Painful though it may be.
So we're at 213 Robinson Street. This is the application that it was discussed from the email from Zoe. It originally came in with the 13.5 rear yard setback. We discussed at the last meeting, taking that out. After further work, our attorney has advised us that it needs to be granted as the original application, including the 13.5 rear yard setback. Correct, Zoe?
That is correct.
Okay. So again, we accepted the application as is. We just had a public hearing. If anybody doesn't have anything further, any other questions for Zoe or the applicant? Does anybody have anything further? So I say we move forward. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we deem the application complete in its entirety and we move forward.
I'll second it.
Kathy seconded it.
All right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I recuse.
235 Robinson Street.
I've run out of motions.
I don't think that I can, so it's got to be,
All right, I'll make a motion that we deem it,
well, we deemed it complete, so you want to grant the variance in its entirety.
I'd like to grant the
Variance
variance in entirety
for
this-
235
for
Robinson.
235 Robinson Street.
I'll
You
second
second
it.
that, but you second it. Good for you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's granted.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any other new business? Anything to discuss?
Yes, Lisa. It's Craig. Lisa, at some point, you and I need to get together so we can get all these approved applications that we just did tonight stamped and signed by you.
Okay, tomorrow, I'm gonna go stamp them all. And if you want, we can meet and I can stamp yours too and sign them.
Tomorrow, or can we do it for one day next week? I don't need them. I got everything documented, so I can go ahead and grant their permits when I'm done with their reviews.
That's fine.
Before my files, I gotta get them stamped. So can we do it one day next week?
No, we sure can. I can do it on my lunch hours too, from 12 to 1. I'm right up the street, so I can come down.
All right, so I'll talk to you on Monday about that.
Okay,
Okay, thanks.
all right. So if there isn't anything else, I need a motion to close the meeting.
I move that we close the meeting.
Before we do that, I would like to give a huge shout out to Shaheem for being the most patient person and getting us through all this and helping us so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Shout out. Thank you.
You're gonna pick the date?
Okay, so remember, we do, so far, we're scheduled, if we have any business, for the third Wednesday of every month. So it would be July, the third Wednesday, I don't know what that is.
I think it might be the 15th.
I think it's the 15th. And do you think we're going to be in person, Lisa?
I hope so.
I would.
hope so. I mean, post anything I hear, I'll let you guys know. Check your emails, okay?
Okay.
Second,
Okay.
I can
All right,
take.
a motion to close the meeting.
Yeah,
I make a motion to close.
Second,
I'll second it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you. It was great seeing you.